Hello and welcome to our evening news round for tonight. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, met on Sunday with representatives of initiative bearers from National Forces for Reform, made up of political parties, associations and national workers' unions, economic organizations, as well as public and political figures.
The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, received Sunday in Algiers the Ambassador of the United States of America, John Desrocher, who paid him a formal visit at the end of his mission in Algeria. The audience, held at the headquarters of the Presidency, took place in the presence of the Director of Cabinet at the Presidency of the Republic, Noureddin Baghdad-Daij. The Ambassador of the United States of America said that he discussed with President Tebboune bilateral relations and issues affecting the region. He said that he had the opportunity to meet with President Tebboune and he was very pleased with this meeting, this audience, and at the same time said, because it is a formal visit and he has to leave Algeria. Above all, he thanked and expressed his gratitude to the Algerian people who made his stay here so pleasant, so much so that he felt at home. The Prime Minister Abdelaziz Jarrad on Sunday chaired an interministerial council devoted to the examination of the start of the school, university and vocational training year and preparations for the baccalaureate and middle school examinations. The council heard presentations by the Ministers of National Education, Higher Education and Scientific Research and Vocational Training and Education, respectively, on the preparations for the next academic year 2020-2021. It also heard a communication from the Minister of National Education on the preparations for the baccalaureate and middle school examinations. In this regard, the Council reviewed the various health protocols adopted by the competent health authority, which include all the preventive and protective measures against the spread of the pandemic, with particular emphasis on the need for their rigorous implementation. It also recommended the full involvement of the various stakeholders at the central and local levels, as well as the direct participation of the civil society actors and associations, particularly student representatives, parents' associations, and social partners in awareness raising, psychological support, and all organizational aspects that guarantee the most favorable conditions for a successful start to the new school year 2020-2021 and the conduct of examinations.
The graduation ceremony of the 47th Promotion of Engineer Officers started with the commander of the 1st Military Region, Major General Ali Sidan, inspecting ranks and formations. Then the school commander made a speech where he reminded that the promotion received high-level theoretical and practical military scientific training. And he seized the opportunity to remind the graduates about the principles of faithfulness and sacrifice they were taught. He also stressed that the new graduates are thus very able to fulfill their noble missions with the utmost professionalism. He affirmed that this training citadel has developed in these students the greatest sense of innovation, initiative, and excellency, while ensuring their success in the greatest professionalism. After that, the graduate students took their oath and received their ranks and diplomas. The ceremony went on by the handing over of the national emblem, by the graduating promotion to the next promotion. Then the General Major Ali Sidan approved of naming the graduating promotion in tribute of martyr Mohammed Kerbish. A parade was then executed by the graduating officers, exhibiting at its best the accuracy of the exercise. On the sidelines of the graduation ceremony, end of studies projects were presented to the commander of the 1st Military Region before honoring the family of the martyr Mohammed Kerbish. In the Higher School for Special Forces in the province of Biskra, the commander of the 4th Military Region, Major General Omar Tlemceni, oversaw the graduation of a promotion of Special Forces units for 2019-2020. The ceremony started with an inspection of the ranks of the graduating promotion. For the occasion, the commander of the school, Major General Abed Leitim, made a speech where he valued all the efforts spent by the school's management. He said that this promotion of officers benefited from a quality modern pedagogical training, whether theoretically or practically, which gave them a high qualification degree, which would allow them to fulfill their duties with confidence and professionalism. The ceremony went on by the handing over of the national emblem by the graduating promotion to the next promotion, with the naming of the graduating promotion with the name of a region's martyr, Zilluf Omar. After that, the graduate students took their oath and received their ranks and diplomas. Combat and sporting exhibitions then followed, carried out by the members of Special Forces units, demonstrating high-level training and physical condition. in addition to another parade simulating a terrorist ambush and the best way to capture the terrorists by special forces. For the occasion, the commander of the 4th Military Region, Major General Omar Tlemceni, carried out an inspection round in the School of Special Forces in Biskra to check its best specialties. At the end, the family of the martyr Zuluf Omar was honored with the utmost reverence in the nation of the 1.5 million martyrs.
The Minister of Communication government spokesman Ammar Belhimer handed out new accreditations for the year 2020 to representatives of foreign media accredited in Algeria to enable them to carry out their work in accordance with the rules of the profession. In a brief speech delivered on the occasion, Ammar Belhimer expressed his appreciation to these correspondents for the noble work they do to bring peoples closer. The granting of these accreditations comes as part of the opening up of the media scene in Algeria, in order to allow foreign correspondents in our country to work in the best conditions, in calm and serenity, in accordance with the requirements of the profession. Algeria has received several requests from foreign media representatives interested in covering events of national importance in Algeria, adding that a second phase of issuing accreditations to foreign media representatives in Algeria was carried out in response to this request.
For the 16th of August 2020, 415 new confirmed cases, including 10 new deaths, have been reported in the last 24 hours, according to the spokesman of the Scientific Committee in charge of monitoring the evolution of COVID-19 pandemic, Professor Jamal Fourar. He added that in the last 24 hours, 11 provinces have reported no new cases, 15 provinces have registered between 1 and 9 cases, and 22 other provinces have recorded more than 10 cases. 373 patients have recovered, which brings up the total number of cured patients to 27,017, while 14 are in intensive care. To conclude, Professor Jamal Fourar stressed the necessity to remain vigilant and to observe healthy measures and the mandatory wearing of face masks. The authorities of the province of Algiers announced the reopening of cafes, restaurants, and recreational and entertainment spaces under a set of conditions that must be complied. Since the curtains were raised after a closure that lasted for many weeks, Algerians were the first to put their feet under the tables. But once we got into the restaurant, the first thing that caught our attention was a completely new decoration of observing new habits accompanying clients, and a new responsibility of managers regarding the implementation of the new health protocol. The health security remains the most important, especially in this period of the gradual lifting of the confinement. Sablet Park reopened its doors to the delight of Algerians after 6 months of quarantine. It is important to enjoy being with family or friends, a feeling of freedom and joy. The rules are strict, wearing a mask is mandatory, and social distancing should be taken seriously. A life that resumes its course with the new rules for the safety of everyone.
After 1 week of quarantine, the 274 Algerian nationals repatriated from Saudi Arabia are finally ready to join their families with an immense joy. The Algerian nationals spent 7 days in mandatory quarantine in a hotel in Boumerdès province east of Algiers. According to them, all necessary human and material means were provided, and doctors took good care of them. However, only 1 case of COVID-19 was detected, and it was taken in charge by the healthcare services of the hotel and the paramedics. Let's move now to the west of the country, more precisely in Oran province, where 240 Algerian nationals repatriated from Dubai were subject to mandatory isolation. Now they are finally able to join their families. Besides the medical staff, the elements of national security were present for the smooth running of the operation. These Algerian nationals spent 2 weeks of isolation in this hotel, and all of them tested negative for COVID-19. According to them, all material and human means were provided, and doctors took good care of them. And that's it for our news roundup. Thanks for joining us. Good night.